It's time for Justice for the People with Pastor Charles Bennett. Justice for the People, exploring issues involving corruption and injustices in the Tri-Cities. The opinions expressed on this program are those of the guests and Pastor Bennett, and not necessarily those of the moderator, management, staff, or advertisers of WHAP. Here now is Pastor Charles Bennett and Justice for the People.
And we're back. The number to call is 452-4999. And Mrs. Jefferson, continue your story. We're talking about these police officers in Richmond. Was it Richmond or Henrico?
Richmond.
All right. Now, Michael Herring, I know the name, and I know I met him. Is he a white man or a black man?
He's a black man.
All right. He's a sellout. That's what we're talking about. He's a sellout. He's a Jim Crow, a sellout, or something. He ain't no. He's a black honky. That's what he is. Now, what happens here is that this Mike Herring, to cover up for the city, he goes on like, well, we didn't write her on the right charge. That right there tells you how stupid he is, because yes. I've been through the court system enough to know they can change the charges on you just like that.
Yeah. They
could have taken out obstruction of justice.
Yeah.
They could have switched that track anytime they wanted to. But here's the problem. You didn't commit either thing wrong, but they still railroaded you in court.
Yes.
So that they beat you down, and hopefully you have to spend money to where you can't afford then to mount a charge against the city of Richmond. The city of Richmond, when the charges are leveled, they're going to settle out of court quick. They already did it recently on another case, and you never hear about it anymore.
Yeah.
Because every time the city loses, or the judges lose, or the prosecutors lose, they either withdraw at the last minute so they don't lose, or if a settlement's made, they do it in such a way that it becomes all secretive.
Okay.
Because they don't want people knowing that they can win. See? And they circle the wagons, and they destroy little people like us.
Yes. Well, you know, what I've learned from this is that, you know, I've always been a very vocal person, you know, and speak up for what I believe in. So this actually has started a format for me to be able to go around all over and speak to encourage and inspire and uplift people who's been through the same thing that I've gone through, but may not have the same channels or resources that I've had. I've been blessed, you know, to meet up with the NAACP, because I didn't even know anything about filing a complaint, you know. So those are the things that I definitely, you know, owe to people who are just like me, to give them the channels to go through, because we can take a stand and not just sit down like a doormat and allow the Richmond Police Department or anybody else to just, you know, walk all over top of us.
What would you say to the people of Hopewell here? They've got a program called Justice for the People. Hopewell, Petersburg, Colonial Heights. This station is booming into the Tri-Cities area. I mean, strong signal.
Mm-hmm.
What would you say to them? Would you say they ought to call in if they have a run-in with people in authority, whether it's the city managers or the code enforcement or anything? Would you say they ought to speak up, or they ought to just tuck their tail between their legs?
They need to speak up. Everybody needs to speak up, you know. And I mean, even with this situation, my mom, she really at the beginning, she didn't understand, because she's from a whole nother era, you know. She was like, you better leave those people alone. Well, they bothered me first. I was just minding my own business, doing my job. But the more she, you know, follows it, she understands that, wow, my daughter is actually speaking up. And, you know, I just can't allow it to go on. You know, you gotta, I never knew about internal affairs. You know, to this day, I haven't gotten a call back to let me know.
Well, internal affairs is the fox being hired to watch the hen house.
Yes, they are, because it's right in the police department. So I got a kind of bad taste in my mouth when I filed, but that was proper protocol.
Yeah.
So
You
the young
need
lady
to file.
called me like a bill collector, you
Yeah.
know, before. But now I haven't gotten a call from her yet to tell me what's what in reference to my case.
Now, you're a pretty young lady.
Thank you.
Very pretty young. How
Thank
old
you.
are you?
I would not.
Oh. Well, are you
express
over
that.
20?
Yes, I
Okay,
am.
and she's over 20. Now, I'm just sitting here. I want people to understand. I'm not trying to ask how old you are, and I'm not flirting with you.
No, I know.
But I want the people to know this is a very attractive young woman who does not appear to be over 30. It appears to be like, she looks like she's like 25 or 26, all right? Maybe she's 22 or 23. She's very young looking, very attractive. She's standing on the sidewalk videoing
Yes,
what you thought needed to be videoed.
yes. Because that's what
And
I
here-
was hired to do anyway, to film.
And here is the policeman hollering at you, cursing at you, get the F off the sidewalk or whatever they're saying.
Yes.
And when you step off into the street
I had to go to the other end of the block. Because,
to
you know,
feel like
go
you
to
weren't
my
interfering.
Car, to go to my car.
To go to your car.
And it's a lot of people on the sidewalk.
So you
and
stepped
with
into the
police
street.
officers, so I had to step off the curb
Right.
in order to go around. Because what do I supposed to walk through? You know, the huge amount of people that's on the sidewalk. So as soon as I stepped off, police officer threw a young man in the street. So I spun around to
video
capture
him.
that,
Right.
and that's when the officer attacked me. Get out of the street before I lock you up for a truck. But I didn't know all of this until I watched the tape, what he was saying to
Get
me.
out of the street.
Get out of the street,
before I
lock you up for
up.
obstruction of justice, grabbing me at the same time he's
Okay.
giving me a directive.
All right.
With a stronghold, pushes me backwards
Okay.
until my back landed on the edge of a building.